Alright friends, Underskilled here, and as I promised you in the last video, today we are going to demonstrate how you can do the Winter Nexus hacking sites with a really cheap Heron if you are not part of a null block. So this character is part of Brave, but it's not too important. I will use the same method as you can use if you are not part of a null block. We are in Jita right now. I would assume you are somewhere in High Sec as well, and you can do this without being blue to anybody in Null Sec. If we land in blue space, we will just skip in the video to a part where we are not anymore in blue space. So, to do the Winter Nexus event sites, you need these filaments. They are dirt cheap. Don't look at the price there, it's not correct. These ones are not 200k. Both are somewhere around 2k to 20k, so really peanuts. The fit I will use for this video is a tier 1 fitted Heron. I can of course use T2 data analyzers, but I thought let's do it at the most basic level possible. As you can see right now, the Heron here is like 2 million ISK. It's dirt cheap, and yeah, the only thing that really matters is this little value here at the bottom, the base sensor strength. This one needs to be, as you see, it's at 103 here. It needs to be above 90 so that you can scan down the level 4 signatures, because some of the exploration sites within the event sites are level 4 signatures and you want to scan them down. Some things that could help you with this, of course, it's your Caldari frigate skill, or whichever frigate you will use. Because of this, the increase to core and combat scanner probe strength. And other helpful advice are these, the small gravity capacitor upgrades. These one increase your probe strength as well as these scan range finding arrays. You can of course use tier 2 ones if you can use them, if you have the skill for these. I have the skill for these, but as I mentioned before, I want to use as much Tech 1 stuff here to keep the fit as cheap as possible. If you achieve base sensor strength above 90, you are good to go. Nothing more is needed except the data analyzer. The rest is just Relic Analyzer, so that you can do the relic sites which you find, because it's almost like exploring wormholes if you are a brand new player. So, the rest of the explanation we will do on the go. If you never filamented before, which I assume some of you don't, usually, you need to set your safety to yellow. That's partial safety. Otherwise you can't use these filaments. And you also can't use them besides Jitter 44, so let's just warp to any planet or celestial at 100 km. Sort our modules a little bit. So the idea here is that we filament out into any metaliminal storm in Null Sec with a filament. We do some hacking there, collect some loot, and then we filament back to High Sec and either drop our loot down there at a station and use some High Sec buyback or hauling program to get it back to Jita, or you can fly it back to Jita as well. The other possibility when we filament back later is that you pack a lot of these High Sec filaments, like, I don't know, 3, 5 or even 6, and you bank on the fact, or bet on the fact that you arrive somewhere in a metaliminal snowstorm around Jita, so that you have as little jumps as possible. I think that's a white storm, I think, looking at the... because a white storm is always 2 jumps from the center, and the center is the red one. In a previous video I said I don't know if there is any possibility to tell if a metaliminal storm on the map is a white storm. There is actually one, in that, as you can see here, that's a normal metaliminal storm, because if you look, it's 1, 2, 3 jumps out and still metaliminal storm from the center. This one might be a white storm because wherever you go, it's only always 2 jumps out. But let's first activate the Null Sec filament, you only need the ones where it says 1. There are also ones where it says 5 or 10 in the name. You only need the ones because you are alone. So we use the filament, and you see on your overlay there is these ice storm trays. It takes a few seconds to spool up. And after it's spooled up, we can just use it and see if we land somewhere in Null Sec where there are no blues to me. Because for you, there won't be any blues. Perfect. We landed in Providence, which is... I have no idea who this alliance is, but let's take a quick look at these scan. There is a metamorphosis here, so we have some exploration contesters with us. Let's quickly sort of overview. Launch probes. We are too late. We are in warp right now. Of course you want to press Ctrl B. You want to set a safe spot. We will warp to that when we scan and return to that when we are done scanning in this system. If you don't know how that works, you press Ctrl B in flight and this pop-up appears. You submit it and you have this bookmark in the middle of nowhere, where if people want to reach you, they need to combat scan you down, which of course takes a while. And you can always refresh your D-scan and try to see if there are any combat scanners out. So there's a metamorphosis in here and there is a cheater in here. That means with only 3 signatures, this is not an ideal system to scan in. Just for demonstration's sake, I want to try it out anyways. Usual hacking, we start at 4, we go down to 1 or 2. Yeah, we have not the best scanning equipment on this ship, so yeah, scan at your own pace. And always have a look at D-scan. Have your PvP tab in the overview up, so that you are on high alert if someone warps near you and decloaks. If you want to be very safe, you can always also align somewhere. So we align to this gate, and in case someone jumps on us, we just warp to the gate and we will instantly go into warp. That's a relic site. Probably worth doing. I won't do it because I have the strong assumption that one of the other explorers will hop on me when I do it. But we are here for the event sites. So we want to continue scanning until we find some event sites. You can of course always, if you found relic sites, just do them. It's not a big deal. And as you see here, this one is a level 4 signature. So it takes decent hacking skills to scan it down. If our probe strength would be below 90, we would not be able to scan this site down. That's why it's important that your probe strength is above 90. And this is an event site, so if the other explorers don't snack it before our very eyes, we can do our first event site. Just as easy as this. The event sites, as I mentioned in the previous video, they are always the most easiest type of hacking content. The system core has 3 colors, green, yellow and red. The White Storm event sites are always green, always the easiest one. That's why I confidently fitted a tier 1 data analyzer, because I think I can do it with a tier 1 as well. If we land on here, we need to be a little bit careful. Maybe someone is already here, but it does not look like that. So we go to the site, activate our Microwarpdrive, so we go a bit faster. There's an Heron nearby, so maybe that he wants to visit us in a few seconds. So we try to do this very fast. If we start down here, the chances are the node where the system core is somewhere here in the top left. Does not look like that, so we just go around the edge, because it's most always around the edge. Oh man, that does not look good. Can always use these repair ones. Let's gamble on it. Yes. Very good. Do we have the... close call, but we did it with the level 1 analyzer. And there you go, 9 million loot. Just for that. After you are finished up, just warp back to your safe spot and continue scanning in the system. The most dangerous part where you can get caught is while you are hacking, you should always have a look at your overview. if some explorer lands near you or decloaks, they will take some time to target you. So usually you have the chance to warp away if you are on your toes. And if they are not perfectly fit to target you really quick, so you can't get away. Always a possibility, but you are flying a 2 million ship. So you have basically nothing to fear. The only thing where I think you need to put a little bit of thought into it is when you decide on whenever you want to leave. Because you don't want to stack up an amount of loot that would hurt you to lose. But you also don't want to leave after only a few sites, because then you need to get back to Jita, drop your loot, and then start again. I think this part really depends on where you are within your EVE journey and what is a lot of loot for you. If 20 million is a lot of loot for you, if you are, I don't know, if you just started a few weeks ago or something like that, then there is no shame whenever you are finished with one system, whenever you have your 30, 40 million loot, just return with the loot and fly to Jita and come back, because you will be sad if you lose that loot. So now there's only a standard sleeper cache and a Rune Sancha temple. I don't want to do anything of that. So I check the map, go at Metaliminal Storms, and set a route. So we check these two systems, and we walk to the next system. This is the next dangerous part, because of course you can get caught at the gates. I can tell you though from experience, because I spent a lot of time in the event already on my Brave characters within Brave space or Imperium space in general. People usually do not care if there are nude explorers in systems. Sometimes someone will hunt them, but it's a rare occasion, and most of the time people don't give a shit, because they want to do their mining, they want to do their combat sites, and if they see, okay, that's a Heron, or that's, I don't know, it's a cheetah or something like that, and okay, yeah, who gives a fuck? So we warp to another planet at 100, make our first scan. I sometimes do this first scan blindly just to get some percentages on the signatures and know which one I want to get scan first. We create a bookmark save where we can warp to after we landed. There's a wormhole, we can instantly ignore that, we don't want that. Hello? Did I just ignore? Yeah, I just ignored another signature. Didn't know what to do that. So we landed at a planet, we warp to the safe. Of course, this gets somewhat safer if you equip a cloak. And there is another explorer in this system. Yeah, it's a cheetah again. I noticed that because one of the signatures just vanished from my overview. I'm doing this right now at 9 PM European time, which is, I would say, kind of prime time for almost all alliances. I also do this the day before Christmas Eve, so a lot of people are on vacation as well. So the sites are a lot more contested than they would be in, I don't know, other time zones, other time periods of the day. If you want to be somewhat safe, and you have your life allows for that, I would recommend you do this at European and US time zone off hours. So, I don't know, Chinese time zone, Australian time zone, where a lot less people are active in space. So we are landing now on the second site, and there is an Astero. We don't want to mess with that, so we just warp to... hello? Anything? Please, be fast. Yeah, we got away. Assume in this fit every other explorer will kill you. There are a lot of Asteros going around here, a lot of cheetahs, a lot of metamorphoses. All of them, even the Heron, can fit basic combat equipment, so they will be able to kill you. And we don't want to get killed, even though it's not too dangerous. If you want to get some experience by hunting other explorers, you can also fit, I don't know, a Heron Navy issue and do the exact same thing as I'm doing here right now. If you fit a Heron Navy issue just as a combat explorer, and we would have got in contact with that Astero right now, we maybe could have took her down. It would be a little bit more expensive though. I think a combat fit Heron Navy is like, I don't know, 20-30 mil. Still does not hurt too much and could be fun. But yeah. So the last site, let's see if we can get there before the Astero. I assume either the Astero will already be there. We can check D-scan actually. Nobody there right now. So I would assume either the Astero or the Helios here will land on us while we are hacking this. So we want to have a possibility to warp out as fast as possible as soon as we arrive here. Yeah, let's take this. It's a little bit risky what I'm doing here right now. And I have my eyes pinned on the overview because if something pops up there, I will warp out as fast as I can. Yeah, there's the Astero, warp off. Because if he wants to lock us, he can simply lock us and kill us. So, yeah, we can't do this side, sadly. If we would have been a little bit faster, if there would be... if the system core would have been right where we clicked, then we could have got the loot there. That way, sadly we couldn't. But, as you see right now, it's somewhat contested at prime hours. But it would also be fun to fit a PvP Explorer and try to kill someone here. Maybe I will do this later today. We will try to check the third system, maybe get 1 or 2 more sites, and if we can't get any more sites, I will just filament back so you can see how that works. But it's a really pretty decent way to get a decent amount of money with low SP. There's the 90 probe strength requirement, which is kind of heavy, but nothing else really required. So there is no one in system besides us in this one. So if any of these signatures is in fact in event site, it's all ours, unless our friends from the next system will join us here in a few seconds, which of course is possible. We cleared all the event sites in the last system, and there were 2 to 3 explorers. I think I saw a Cheetah, I saw a Helios and the Astero, which we got in contact with 2 times. So there are contesters. But so far no one joined in local. This is a level 4 signature. Good chance it's an event site. These can also be ghost sites. So if you see an improved covered research facility, check out some ghost site guide, and probably don't do it with a level 1 analyzer because you will probably die. But if you have decent hacking skills and can fit the level 2 analyzer, get all these ghost sites. The loot there is fantastic, and you can get as much as 1 billion per ghost site. Don't be afraid to do them, never be afraid. If you are in a ship that you can afford to lose, which you should always be in, always do every ghost site. If you have hacking at 5, that is. Because doing ghost sites with a level 1 analyzer is pretty painful. So we got another one here. No one in local, we are completely safe. So let's try our best and keep on scanning while we do this one. So the first one joined. Let's hurry up a bit and keep an eye on our overview. Check D-scan. It's the Astero, of course it's the Astero. Please, yes. Another 10 million. Great. Let's return to our safe spot and see if we can get another one of these before the Astero gets it. The Astero, of course, will be much faster in scanning than we are. Probably, maybe he's terrible at scanning, at scanning, and takes ages for him to scan down these sites. Always a possibility, but always assume your opponents in EVE have more knowledge about the game than you have. Because everything else is a safe way to get yourself in trouble. Alright, no one on these scans, so the Astaro is not there that, no. If you're wondering what I'm doing here right now, I set the angle to 5 degrees. Press spacebar or V, V is standard key. So press V and click on the signature, so you can see if someone is in there, if the signature is in your D-scan range, which is a little bit above 14 AU. But yeah, no Astaro here. He's also not around at 14 AU, so he's not warping in right now. Or he is cloaked. You always can be cloaked, remember that. So we keep an eye on our overview again. And select something we can warp to if we see an Astaro pop up on our overview. Oh yeah, we got a little bit lucky. Is it possible? Yeah. And what do we have here? Oh no. What do we have here? 7 million. Great. Warp to the spot. Next one. If you're wondering why I always move this one above planets. Cosmic signatures which you want to scan down are always 4 AU around any celestials. So this signature here will be 4 AU around this planet, or this planet. These are the three options. So I bank on, yeah, and I was successful. And if there's, I don't know, something like 5% or something, you can almost always reduce your scan radius to 1 AU and scan it down there. Oh, we had a safe spot? Yeah, we are at a safe spot. The Astaro is not on D-scan right now. Maybe he's cloaked up, maybe he's far away. It's a relatively large system. This signature is also much further away than our D-scan goes. So it will be a little bit of a risk if we warp in there after we scan it down. Maybe the Astaro is there waiting for us. Maybe he is able to lock us down fast enough so he can destroy us. But as I told you before, it's a 1 million ship. It's not sad if we lose it. It would be a little bit sad because of the 30 million loot we have in our inventory right now, but 30 million are not too much for me. If 30 million is a lot for you, use this point to filament back to high sec. Yeah, the Astaro did the signature while we were scanning it down. So, after you use the filament, you will get a red timer above here. It has run out by now, so I can't demonstrate it, but I can demonstrate it later. Before you return to high sec, you need to wait for that red timer to finish. It's this logout timer, which is mentioned here. That's the symbol. It would be right next to the white lightning for my booster, above here in the top left corner of my screen. While this is running, you can't filament again. So I can now, because my timer has run out. I wait for the 12 seconds for the timer to activate. And then let's hope we get somewhere close to Jita with this. And I use the high sec Ice Storm filament. Important. If you want to return, use the high sec Ice Storm filament. And we arrive in the middle of nowhere. Derelict, what the hell? Let's just quickly check how much jumps it is to Jita. Oh! It's... Oh no, that's hack. Jita's 31 jumps. Bit painful. Amar would be 20. Hack is 12. Yeah. You can always, of course, go to hack or some other trade-up system, but yeah. That's the risk with using these filaments. You see the timer up there, 40 minutes, but you are back in high sec right now. And if your gameplay is based around high sec, you know how to get your stuff to Jita. You know the possibilities. There are career contracts, there is high sec buyback programs. There's all kinds of stuff. Just get your loot somewhere, or on a lazy afternoon, collect all of your loot from a hauler and drop it off in variant stations. Considering the loot and what you should do with it, these ones, with a buy order of 1 million, they can be sold to NPC station. You can always view market details, and you can see at buy orders below here. These ones that expire in a year, these are NPC buy orders. They will always buy these ones at 1 million. So there is 1-2 jumps away. So these ones can be sold really easily. Skins and boosters, of course, you need to sell in Jita or any trade hub of your choice. I will go to Hack now to sell the items there and maybe refit my Heron to try and kill some explorers and do the same stuff again. But I think that's all you need to know about that. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comments. But I think this is a really simple method for newer players to experience the exploration side of the event, the lucrative exploration side of these events within Null Sec. These filaments are a great addition. Remember the high sec filament and the null sec filament. I will put their names on the screen right now really big so you can be sure you buy the correct ones. And I would also recommend you bring multiple of these, because sometimes you forget to refill them, sometimes you land in God knows where, like I did now, and you think to yourself, oh man, maybe I can just dock and try. You can always filament from high sec to high sec again. So there is a possibility to, I don't know, if I want to get, if I would have wanted to get to Jita right now really fast because I want to continue playing, I would just wait the 11 minutes, I don't know, grab some snack, grab something to drink, go to the toilet, eat something, and after the timer is over, I would return to my PC, spool up another high sec filament, maybe I land closer to Jita that time, and yeah, that's why you want to bring multiple of these. So, let me know if you enjoyed it, and have fun in the Winter Nexus. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, and Underskilled out.